Ricky, you had the 7 assists tonight. Must mention using you as a pick and roll ball handler a little bit more. Just overall, how'd you feel as a distributor tonight and ball handler?
I mean, I felt great. I honestly wanted to be in that type of situation more, but like I keep saying, I just want to do what Coach Muss wants me to do. So tonight he wanted me to do that, and I did it. I think I did a pretty good job. I think I remember I had maybe 2 turnovers, so just clean those up soon.
And what did you make of the team's defense tonight? Maybe especially forcing turnovers. You guys forced 30. You had that stretch in the first half where it was kind of one after another. Did you feel like it got kind of contagious at the point with the way you guys were forcing them?
It did. Like for the first time, like I felt like everybody was locked in as one. We was all having fun playing defense. And when the team has fun playing defense, it's going to be hard to stop. And that just generated offense. And that's when we made the big stretch in the first and maybe in the second half too.
Hey, Ricky, in that first half stretch that Curtis just mentioned, so you let out a couple pretty big screams when the crowd got pretty loud. Just what could you take me kind of like inside that feeling that you were having when the defense was really ramped up?
I really can't describe it. I know I was out there looking like a crazy man. I was just so excited. Like I said, it was really fun playing defense tonight. Like I was asking Coach to guard the best player. Like I was locked in on the defensive end, and it just generated offense.
I mean, I know it was exhibition. It was what happened at Texas, but 2 games into it now, the way that you guys have performed, especially defensively in the paint, what's been one thing or maybe several things that have stood out to you as for this turnaround this quick?
I mean, just us being locked in. I mean, we're a young team. At the beginning, I felt like we was a little immature, and I feel like we're just really locking in early to what Muss is saying. Texas, we didn't play good at all, and we was locked in the next couple of days after practice. North Dakota State, we was locked in, and then today we made a big jump, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah, I would imagine Quisenberry was a focal point of the scouting report, and then the Charlton kid had 9 turnovers too. Just what was key to limiting those guys?
I mean, like I keep saying, just listen to what Muss has to say. He has a lot of information. He's going to say the right thing. We all just have to lock in what he's saying. I mean, they're both really good players. Actually, Charlton surprised me a lot. And I know Quisenberry is a really good player. I know he was first team in all the leagues he's played then. So we just was locked in to Coach Muss, and I think we did a pretty good job on it tonight.
Ricky, you said that you were hoping to get some chances to be a ball handler, point guard. How much of that have you done in your career leading up to this? And have you been talking to Coach like, hey, I want an opportunity?
My whole life. My brother be nagging me all the time. Play point guard, play point guard. I'm like, I'm not the coach. I can't. And I'm usually one of the taller guys. So, but no, I haven't asked Coach because like I keep saying, I'm just going to do what Coach wants me to do. He told me to do it tonight, and I feel like I did a good job. So maybe he'll trust me moving on in the future.
Was there a point in this game where Coach Muss looked at you and told you like, hey, this is what you're going to do? Do you remember that moment?
Yes. Going in a timeout, he was just like, first he put me in the corner because they was playing a box and one on me. And then he was like, hold on, I want Ricky handling the ball. I made a couple plays back to back and all threw one to Jordan. I think he passed it to Kai. Then the next play down, I threw it to Jordan, hit a floater, and then he just wanted me to do it the rest of the game.
Yeah, Jordan, just what were your thoughts on the overall defensive effort? You guys forced 30 turnovers, got 30 points off those turnovers.
Oh, is my mic on or no? Or do I need it? I just talk? Okay. Like Muss said, it was one of our, we took a big step when it comes to defense today. We kept, for like most of the time, we kept the ball in coverage, and our coverages, we exploited the weaknesses of the defense or the offense. We forced a lot of turnovers, like you said, and that was the whole game plan going in. Like this team, they're known to turn over the ball, but they're known to steal the ball too. So as long as we take care of it and make them turn it over, then the lead that we'll have will keep extending.
Mr. Counsell, you got that pass from Devo Davis for just that breakaway, thunder jam. I mean, you look like you cocked that thing back like Sean Kemp. And I mean, you dunk the ball, you play with a lot of passion and aggressiveness, and it really shows on the court. Who was your favorite dunker growing up?
Michael Jordan. Easy. That's all I watched growing up. Like a lot of older people would say, oh, you didn't really get to watch. I really watched Michael Jordan all the time. My dad had all the DVDs, tapes, whatever you want. So I felt like he was in my generation. That's how much I watched him.
It shows. And to kind of piggyback that on that to you, Mr. Walsh, you had a lot of acrobatic shots out there today, kind of like contorting your body like in midair. And how do you focus on the goal? Is there something like, I mean, incredible, like your feet are pointing one way and your shoulders and head and shoulders are pointing another way. It's like, how did you, is there a specific part of the rim that you focus on, that you try to practice that? And is there like a specific part of the rim that you look at when you shoot?
So, so I actually need to stop doing that. Actually, it's a bad look, but yeah, I mean, it's all about putting the ball in the rim. So I feel like no matter what's going on, like my lower body, if I can get the ball into the rim, Coach Muss ain't gonna yell at me.
Jordan, I just wanted to ask you about your mindset after fouling out in your first game. Then you get inserted into the lineup, you play a lot better in the second game. Just how rewarding was that for you to have a good performance second time out?
It was good, but you know, the main goal for me was just to win another game, just to put on our resume. That was the biggest thing for me, just to move on to the next game, already being 2-0.
Talk about the defense again. Have either one of you guys been in a defensive situation where all five are swarming like you guys did to force all those steals and turnovers? And if you have, when was that?
You know, like with Arkansas?
I mean, ever before this?
I mean, not really to bring up my past school, but we were a pretty good defensive school at times. So it's happened before, but like early on in this season, it's pretty good to see this sign early. Yeah.
I haven't, you know, this is my first year in college, so it's like a new experience for me, but I know I feel like it's like the history Coach Muss has. Like he's always been like in the top 15 when it comes to some defensive category, whether it's like defending the 3-ball or not allowing paint touches or whatever that is. So now it's just carrying over to this year, and we're just listening to him, and it's going to lead the way for sure.
Eric earlier said that Jalen Graham this week worked a lot harder than he maybe has in previous weeks. What did y'all think of him tonight, just maybe maximizing his minutes?
I thought he was great. I told him when they subbed him out at the end that I said, way to earn your minutes back. I mean, he came out with great energy, finishing, great footwork as always. And we're going to need him in big games. I mean, we have 4 bigs to rely on, and whichever one's hot that night, we're going to have to go with.
Yeah, he's a crucial part of the team for sure. Although he may not have played as much in the first game, he's still a crucial part to our team when winning. I mean, like y'all saw when he went out there in the second half, he completely dominated the game. Like everybody could see it. Like he was just like finishing around the rim, getting rebounds, blocking shots. Like he did everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more of him in the future for sure.
Jordan, what did you think of the way Ricky handled the point guard spot tonight, considering it's not something he'd really done for y'all to this point?
Well, I mean, it's not something that we've seen in the game, but in practice, it's something that we know is possible. That's why Coach, you know, trusted him to do it in the game, because he's seen it over and over again in practice. So I'm proud of him. I'm glad he took care of it.
So both of y'all is kind of what I said, similar to what I said to Coach Musselman earlier, that, you know, you're so talented and athletic, you can play multiple positions, interchangeable spots, you know, rotate throughout the game. Is there a specific position that you would say that your skill sets best fit, you know, your attributes, or, I mean, or do you really like the interchange it? Because I mean, at the end of the game, you were in the paint, and then I think it was Brazil that fed you the ball in the paint for the dunk. So I mean, it's just like everybody's just interchangeable, you know, 1 through 5 out there.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest things that Muss had in his mind when like creating the makeup of our team was its versatility, and just having guys, you know, like Ricky or TB, or you could say me, that, you know, could move out, maybe and play the perimeter, and then play the post, rebound, handle the ball. Like, I feel like a lot of the versatility was shown within our team this game.
Yeah, piggybacking off that, like literally when I was in the transfer portal, I know he just wanted to have guys that can be versatile 1 through 5. I mean, I know he really doesn't like recruiting the traditional big. I know we have 3 this year in the twins and Jalen and Kamani, but I know that's what he likes, and that's gonna make us hard to stop.